Hi everybody, and welcome back to A Dinosaur in the Library. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed and liked and viewed my videos. I'm just floored. Thank you so much. And I really hope you're enjoying them, and I hope that you'll come back for more. So in tonight's video, I'm going to do a short review of a book that I just finished, talk Goodreads reading challenges, and a few other things. So I'll just jump right in. The first thing that I'm wanting to talk about is this book that I just finished, which is Meaty by Samantha Irby. And she publishes at a blog that she started called Bitches Gotta Eat, and I will link it in the box down below so that you can check it out just in case you haven't already heard of her. She's pretty amazing. And this is a book of essays, so it's a published sort of version of her blog, and she's just possibly one of the most honest people I have ever read in my entire life. I have a thing about memoirs and biographies and books of essays about people's lives, basically because I'm nosy, I think. And so this book really appealed to me because I love her blog, but she's really flippin' honest. So she has Crohn's disease, and she's extremely honest about all the crap she has to go through with that, literally and figuratively. And she talks a lot about body image and things like that. And there's a section in here called Forrest Whitaker's Neck, and in it she details every single thing about her body that is not perfect, that she doesn't like, that horrifies her, that may horrify others. I mean, this, I don't know if you can see this. This is the left leg list, and she goes body part by body part, and just is completely honest about all the things about her body that are not great. And she owns that, and she's fine with talking about that. And she also talks a lot about how she had to essentially raise her mother. She was a child. Her mother had multiple sclerosis and had a car wreck at some point, which escalated the symptoms. So she ended up taking care of her mother while also going to elementary and middle school, and her father was absent for most of the time. So there's a lot going on, but it's just a brilliantly honest book. And if you can't pick this up right now, if your library doesn't have it or somebody doesn't have it, you can borrow it. You can definitely check her blog out. Some of these things she talks about on her blog as well, but she goes into a lot more depth on here. And if you do want to order it, I got mine from Curbside Splendor Publishing. I ordered it directly from the publisher, but pretty sure you can buy it at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. It was chosen by Barnes & Noble as a Discover Great New Writers selection. It was also featured as a book club pick for Emily Books and was named one of the big indie books of fall 2013 by Publishers Weekly. And I can see why. I've actually been sitting on this for probably about a year. It's been sitting right up here on my shelf, and even with all the new books I got, I went to the shelf to pick something up, and just this caught me. So there's that. But definitely pick this up if you're interested in nonfiction, in essays, and just fabulousness. So in my last video, I said I probably would not pick up any new books the last couple days of the year, simply because I got a ton for Christmas through book gift cards and things, and all of these are my new ones here, and only one of those has been read. Well, to be honest, two of those are my wife's, so two of those don't count, but those are my new ones, and I haven't started on any of those. And I was like, well, I'm not going to buy any more. I'm not going to get any more because I have plenty to read. And then I ended up borrowing two from my mom and my brother, and I haven't had a chance to read them yet. But the first one is My Favorite Fangs, the story of the Von Trapp family vampires by Alan Goldshare. And it just looks like fun. My mom and I both love The Sound of Music, and I don't know if this is any good, but it looks like a hoot anyway. And then I like alternate history and zombies to a certain degree. My brother loves zombies, so he let me borrow Tomes of the Dead, Viking Dead by Toby Venables. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm butchering your last name. And my brother really enjoyed it, but he loves Vikings and zombies, so we'll see. It looks like fun. And if it is good, there's an entire series called Tomes of the Dead, and I'm not sure how many are in it, and I haven't heard anything about these, so I don't know. But if you've read this or the my favorite fangs. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Or link me to your favorite horror / alternate history. I'm always up for adding things to my TBR list. And I did buy one book on New Year's Eve. I went to Target with my mom, and she always looks at the movies no matter where we go. She always looks at the videos and or DVDs. And of course, the book section is right next to the movies in Target. So of course, I went and wandered around the book section as I want to do. And I came out with the second book of the Maze Runner trilogy or quartet. And as you can see, I'm already a little ways into it, but I only started it today. I just finished Meaty last night before I fell asleep. And I'm liking this so far. Not as much as Maze Runner, but you know, if you've read this, I know a lot of you booktubers have. If you've read this series, comment down below. Let me know, which one your favorite is. Does it get better? Does it get worse? Am I going to be really ticked off at the end of this series like people were at the end of Divergent? Or is it going to get better? Just let me know what I'm in for. Because I've been trying to avoid online reviews just because I don't want a spoiler. And I hate spoilers more than anything in this world. So I've just been avoiding all of that. And the furthest I went was to read the back of the book when I picked it up. So that's all of my new books that I'm dealing with again the next couple days. And the last thing I want to talk about is Goodreads book challenges. So I've done one every year for the past, I think, 2 or 3 years since I've been on Goodreads. And I've never not met or surpassed my goal. I usually don't up my goal. I usually just go past it, and that's the way it is. Like last year I went way over, but this year I set it at 100, and then I was reading an awful lot during my break between spring and summer semesters. So I was like, oh, well, I can up this. I'll put it up to 150. Surely I'll get through that by the end of the year. And I failed to take into account the fact that this was going to be my first semester in my PhD program. So I fell woefully behind, and I think my final total for 2014 was like 103. And I didn't want to lower my Goodreads, the challenge total back down to 100 and be like, oh, I passed it, or down to 103 and it's like, oh, I met it. Just being honest, I didn't want to do that. So this year I tried to be a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more realistic, and I put it at 100, which may be still overly optimistic. If it turns out when I hit summer, if it looks like I'm not going to make it, I will probably lower it to about 70 or 65, just because it breaks my heart not to meet my reading challenges. I know it doesn't mean anything to anybody but me, but it bothers me. So, do any of you guys do the Goodreads reading challenges? Do you like doing reading challenges? I know a lot of people don't. Let me know. And you can also find me on Goodreads. All my links are below. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. All of that information is linked below, as well as the Bitches Gotta Eat blog. And I will try to remember to put also the link to the Curbside Splendor Publishing site where I bought the book originally, and or the Amazon or Barnes & Noble, so that you can pick that up if you'd like. Probably available in ebook, I'm not sure. And I will hopefully see you again in a few days. So subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and thumbs up the video. Let me know if you like my reviews, or you want, tell me what you'd like to see. Would you like to see a bookshelf tour? Would you like to see more reviews? Hopefully I'm going to be doing a tag or 2 next week, so we'll throw a few more interesting things in there. And I guess that's it. I will see you all soon. Bye.